Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Water Cooler. I am Sarah from Texas, and this is our place to chat all the latest reality TV, celebrity news, not much. Jeff Lewis Live. How are you, Krista and Michael Riley, Yvonne Gal, lots of our OG regular chumpettes. How are you? We were shopping up a storm, Michael says. I'm very well. I am not quite shopping up a storm. Well, I am sorta, because I did buy myself a couple of new dresses today, and I bought a birthday present or two for a friend's birthday celebration, and I've been Christmas shopping, and I've been figuring out what I'm gonna bring, what I'm gonna wear, some hostess gifts for Thanksgiving. So I guess I am kind of shopping. I am ready to wrap some presents. I cleared off my closet island. I got the paper out. I got the scissors out. I got the stickers out. I got the bows out. I'm gonna go to Home Goods soon and get some new paper because I don't have enough for this year. And I just need some new stuff. Don't you love new Christmas wrapping? So anyways, oh, I love it. Mama Judy's like, what are you buying me, Michael? He's like, what would you like, Judy? Wow. I mean, Hermes. I mean, Chanel. I don't even know what all that crap is. Hello, Mary Kate. How are you? And Marla, howdy. I love that. Okay. So last night, to get in the Christmas spirit, some friends of mine are really involved in it's a house. It's like 3 buildings in Haiti, in the countryside of Haiti, and they house right now like 200 boys up to age 18. So, they're really teaching me a lot about this. They have lots of pictures of the boys. They've got like 40 adults that work there with the boys. The boys, of course, live there 24/7. They go to school, they get food, they get education. And then a couple of them have now graduated from the program and are on board to help and work there also. So they had an Amazon wish list over the last few weeks that they put out, and we sent it all to this one house. And then when we got to the venue, they had it all organized. There was boxes that told us, there was candy. A lot of these little boys are in the 4-ish to 9-year-old range, but there was things for all ages, but they do different things for the different kids. Anyways, there was about 20 of us. We went down the line and grabbed a stocking. There was 200 stockings, and we filled it to the brim. I mean, it was pencils and stickers and cars and the candy, like not candy. Well, there was candy, cookies, like the famous cookies, the Chips Ahoy cookies, slap wrists. I mean, so much stuff. Anyways, it was really sweet. And then we put that stocking, the filled to the brim stocking, inside of like one of those drawstring back sacks. And then we tie that tight, and then they ship it to Haiti. What I didn't know, I mean, I'm learning so much, but this guy, one of our friends, it's a husband and wife, have been over there. He's been over there multiple times. And he really knows the boys. He's gotten to know them over the years, but he was letting us know that, once they pay the shipping price to have all these stockings sent over there, it's not normal in Haiti. Like they have to then pay off some of the government employees to actually get this stuff to the boys' homes, this house that it's 3 buildings that they house these kids in. So anyways, I'm really learning a lot, but I did put up a story, and there's a link, I think, on my Instagram profile to send any money that you want to them, or you can just learn about it. For me, I always like to know a lot about where my money is actually going. So it's really been helpful for me, for them to teach me about this over the last few months. So anyways, it just felt like, after seeing pictures of the boys, hearing about them, hearing stories about how they've grown, they've got the nutrition, they're learning about Christ, and better than that, they're off the streets of Haiti, because a lot of these boys, if they have any medical or physical imperfection, a lot of the families, for one, can't afford to raise them, but there's a lot of voodooism. And so there's a lot of belief systems that these children don't need to be in their family and they're put on the streets. So, they obviously get as much medical stuff fixed as they can, like even a cleft lip. I mean, just, a birthmark in the wrong place. There's just lots of voodooism that, prevents these boys from being a part of their family, much less the economy and everything. So anyways, it was really good. Just, a good way to kind of get in the spirit and to give to other people. Andy Cohen Live is in Miami still, getting ready for Fan Fest. He is hawking these tickets like crazy. If anyone is going, I know a couple of you are. Annette is definitely going. I want to hear how it is, especially like I know Annette has been to a BravoCon before. Maybe she's been to two. Can't remember if she did 2019. I know she did 2022 because I was there with her. Or not there with her, but I learned that she was there, and that's how I got to know her better afterwards. Anyways, but on Andy Cohen Live this morning, they had kind of a live audience. It was kind of fun. Andy was in a good mood. Uba and Lisa Barlow and Alexia from Miami were on. They were all getting along really well. John Hill was not sent there, and it sounds like I don't think Jeff would have wanted to be there, but I did watch the commercial break from yesterday when John Hill was on. And, they were like, there's a lot of Radio Andy presence there at BravoCon, which makes sense. But also, if Jeff is coming back to Bravo, which I guess now we know is not actually sold, maybe I guess the production company is putting people on tape or whatever all that means, but I guess they still got to sell it in theory. Anyways, it was just crazy. But I kind of wish they would have just, like I think I said yesterday, they should have just named it BravoCon. I mean, Andy keeps saying everyone's so mad that we didn't do a BravoCon, but this is like a BravoCon. This is what it is. And I'm like, then just call it like mini BravoCon or whatever you want to call it. It should have just been called BravoCon, but the tickets shouldn't have been way more what they were for when you had like 100 Bravo celebrities there, because now they've got between 25 and 30. So I don't know. I think tickets for everything have gone up. That's why they still have not sold out for the Watch What Happens Lives that he has there. So anyways, crazy. Michael Riley just bought 9 of, the Barefoot Dream blankets. Oh, on QVC. Oh, that's an expensive brand. I've seen it at Off Fifth. Yvonne Gal's been shopping. Christmas is coming too soon, and the grands need a lot of things. Oh, this sweet couple. I've seen it at them at some parties, but as we're going down the line of like putting everything in the stockings and stuff, this husband and wife are talking to me about how raising kids is hard, but the grandkids make it worth it. And they were like, I think we spend more on our grandkids than we did our own kids. And I was like, oh my God. So I do need to listen to that. Everyone is sending it to me. And Krista says John Hill on Justin Martindale's podcast was so hilarious. And also, I think they've become really good friends. I don't really know how good of friends they were before, but they were saying something during a commercial break that something on December 12th, I think it is, because that's one of my friend's birthdays. So I always remember that date. I think it was December 12th, they're saying is some kind of event that a lot of the chumps are going to be in. I think they said Jeff and Shane are going to be our December 12th is a Thursday this year. So it sounded like it was something, was it at the Bourbon Room? I feel like it's something with Justin Martindale but I haven't really heard, like I didn't hear them promote it. It was just on maybe it's a private part. I don't know what it was. Did anybody else hear that on the commercial breaks? Like, what was that? Ooh, I love that. Mary says, my boyfriend's place is 5 minutes. There's a QVC outlet? Wow, that you can actually shop. What are these Amazon outlets that I've heard about? I've heard that anything you return at Amazon, whether it's even opened or not, because sometimes I will order like a large or an extra large or a medium and a large, depending on the sizing of a dress. And my kids do this too. And then we try on the first one. If that fits, we don't even try on the other one and we just return it. So sometimes they're in a clear, like plastic bag with a little sticker on it. But I'm told if you just return that, they don't even put it, which kind of makes sense because anyone could do anything gross to something, right? But I'm told when you return something like that, it's not even open or worn, and they send it to these outlets. But I don't know where these are. I know in Houston, we've got one of those big, it's probably the places that when something says you order it today and it's going to come between like 4 a.m. and 8 a.m. It's probably from those little things, those little, I don't know what you call them, these not outlets, but these places, these things with the inventory. And I've also seen one, I think in like Katy, Texas, when I've gone to Austin, I feel like it. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, y'all give us some great shopping. You know who I shop from a lot? Honest to God, Bravo and Cocktails. Like those girls know my style. They'll post a dress and I'm like, oh my God, I need this in my life. They'll post products. I'm like, yes, that's a great gift. I have literally shopped from Bravo and Cocktails a lot. So I love it. I think you can never go wrong with a blanket, right? Because it might get nasty or it might get left at someone's house. You might leave it on the back of a truck when you're watching 4th of July. I mean, I think a blanket, you can never go wrong if you don't know what to get from someone. You know what I also like getting for my my husband's family, really, and it mails right to them. It is, oh geez, what is the catalog? It is like gift baskets, wine and gift baskets or something it's called. It's been around forever. All my addresses are in there, so I just have to click on their name, and they've got holiday ones, they've got, birthday ones, they've got congratulations one, but it's all sorts of, like, not Harry and David's. We've gotten those gifts. I don't think I've ever given Harry and David's. We've gotten those, like the pears or something like that. I'm like, I don't want to think of pears. But we do the ones that are like snacks or cheese and salami, chocolates. They'll have like a Godiva chocolate one. I just love that it's all taken care of, and almost all the time it's free shipping. So, and you can kind of spend what you want. They've got from like $39 and up. Hickory Farms has good stuff too. I'm assuming they deliver too. That's not a terrible idea. That's very charcuterie boardish, Hickory Farms. But I just love that I can have these shipped and I don't have to do anything with it. So anyways, okay, the only news I have besides the Jussie Mullet thing being thrown out, I guess he is never going to get in trouble for whatever it is that he did and whatever all that nonsense was in Chicago. But Ashley Darby teased this on Watch What Happens Live the other day about her marriage. Basically, Andy Cohen or one of the callers said, what is going on with you and Michael's divorce? Like, are y'all ever going to file? And she teased it as if we were going to see it on Potomac, but she said something very big just happened. Well, now we find out yesterday that she filed for divorce and it's actually almost complete. So that's actually, that's actually good news, because I don't even know why people delay a divorce. Is it the emotional part? Is it the kid? Are they fighting over the kids? Like, we never really heard a lot about it, did we? Like, I don't even know. Oh my gosh, I love that. Yvonne Gal's like, Michael seems like the best guy in the world. Wait. Are we talking about Michael Riley or Ashley Darby's Michael? Because he is not, I don't know if he's the best guy in the world. I don't know. Kind of some crazy rumors about him. And Warren Buffett bought C's candy for a reason. Thank you, Lisa in Kentucky. She is number 15 for liking. Thank you to all 14 of you that liked the live. Hey, you all chumpettes. I love that. Okay, let's get into, I still have about 9 minutes left. I could not get it finished today. I just had a lot going on, and I meant to wrap at least 2 or 3 Christmas presents. Didn't wrap a one, so I'll try to do that whenever I get home from Body Pump. Thank you, Krista. She says, please hit the like button for our girl. I appreciate it. Who's Dennis and me? Who is Dennis? Who are y'all talking about? I hear Dennis is wonderful. Oh, QVC people. I hear Dennis is wonderful when at QVC Studios, nice and down to earth. Dennis Basso, a terrific talent. Okay. Michael Riley loves him some QVC. If you got QVC questions or products or good deals, Michael Riley is your dude. Hit him up here or on Instagram, because he definitely tells me about some deals and I love hearing about it. Okay. Jackie Schimmel was supposed to be on, but she's got a stomach flu. Or does she have baby number 2? We don't know. I'm just guessing. I don't know. But Sarah Colonna came in and killed it with Doug Buden. So loved it. Already got lots of messages. Y'all are not loving the ambush that Jeff has been doing on Carney Wilson for a while now. And y'all certainly didn't like it today. I didn't like it either because I can't tell with her. Oops, I didn't turn my phone off. I can't tell with her when when she starts getting all cussy and like, Jeff, you're an asswipe, you're an asshole. I can't tell if she's kidding or if she just starts to get harsh and honest with him and then kind of backs away. Because I think she really does cherish her friendship with Jeff so much. But I think she kind of wants to tell him that he's being too harsh, or is she just taking it and giving it right back to him because she knows it's, funny or it's a bit? I really can't tell. Or is it kind of a little bit of both? I can't really tell. Hey, Annie and Dee, how are you? And Deborah. Okay, so they start talking about a restaurant called Da Barbara. It sounds like an Italian restaurant that we have had in our neighborhood for so long. The first time we went there, it was filled to the brim. It's still a very small space. But very large portions. It's BYOB, so there's a court fee. You can bring your own wine, your own whatever. But this one only has like 6 tables. Like, that's tiny. Also, he talks about like when the waiter or waitress was finished, they went over to the sink and started washing the dishes. Like, I don't know what y'all were envisioning, but I was literally 4 tables is tiny. So I don't even know. I think they said they always say the crossroads of something. I wasn't paying attention because I don't really know LA well enough. But it's probably very expensive to rent, which is why it's small. I guess there's 2 more tables upstairs. I guess with 6 tables max, you would only need 1 or 2 wait staff at the whole time anyways. So I can't imagine seeing the sinks. Like, I don't even like restaurants where it has like a bar and some steakhouses where you can like see. What is the restaurant we've been to a couple of times? Oh, Joey's Uptown or something like that. There's a restaurant, I think it's got multiple locations. We've been there a couple of times and you can see the kitchen. It's a clear wall as you're waiting on valet when you leave. You can literally see them cutting stuff. You can see the boxes of food. Like, I don't want to see any of that when I just come out from a very expensive, nice meal. Like, I just don't want to see all of that. But I darn sure don't want to see my waiter or waitress go over and start doing dishes, because then all I can think about is, did they wash up really well in between? Why would you want to see that? Like, how small is this? Why couldn't they have put up a wall? Why couldn't they have built it in the back? Like, I don't even know. Oh, Krista, when I say wash, wash. How do you say wash? Wash, 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 wash dishes. I don't even know how to say that. Wash dishes. I don't know how to say that. Michael Riley says, I love when they have tables in the kitchen. So fun. Okay, I've never been anywhere that there's a table in the kitchen. No, I wouldn't like that at all. I want to see people. Yes, I definitely don't want to see a bathroom. Dee says, I don't want to see the kitchen or the bathroom from my table. One time there's a really nice steakhouse that, well, it's not really, I don't think, whatever. It's okay. But there's a steakhouse in the original location in my city, was not that great. But anyways, one time, my husband made reservations and I asked him, oh, is there a special occasion? He was like, yes, our anniversary. They sat us near the bathroom. And normally we wouldn't complain, but I was just like staring at people going to the bathroom the whole time. And this place did not have a good bathroom. They've since moved locations and took over another restaurant that used to be there that has a nicer bathroom. But I'm like, I don't want to eat at a $200 steakhouse and, see people walking into the bathroom. So I don't know. Yvonne Gal says, Doug has thicker skin than I do. I would have already lost it on them. Doug definitely has a sense of humor, and I think he just kind of holds his own. I just can't figure out Carney Wilson. I can't figure out if she's really upset, if she's just is happy to be on the radio, if she thinks I guess Jeff always says, if I'm teasing about you, that means I really like you. So I guess that means he really likes, you know what I mean? Oh, PF Chang's has tables in near the kitchen or in the kitchen. I don't know. I've only been to whatever that one's called. Becque de Pepo. What's the one called that what's her face did? We went there for New Year's Eve years ago, like 3 or 4 of us couples in our families. Becco de Pe what is that called? The one that anyways, we've got one in Houston. So Buca de Pepo. Is that what it's called? Yes. We didn't really love it, just seemed like a one up from like Olive Garden. So we didn't really think it was that big of a deal. And then, we hear that, Dorit was going to design it with the lemons of Italy or whatever. Anyways, lots of talk about Sarah Colonna's Christmas party. I guess it's like 100 and something people. Sounds like a lot. I think it was a lot of talk. I almost felt like he was prepared, and I don't know when she canceled because yesterday he promoted Jackie Schimmel. So I don't know how last minute, when the stomach flu came on, or whenever she started feeling bad, but I felt like they were prepared for whatever they were going to say to Jackie Schimmel. And when it was Sarah Colonna, I just feel like they just kept going on and on about something. I don't know. I felt like I didn't want to see or hear so much talk about her holiday party and the Chris. I don't know. Just is it me or just like not much is going? Maybe because they're not filming. I feel like Jeff like does radio for 2 hours, and I don't know. I guess I want to hear him talk about what else he does. I guess they're not really talking about their lunches. I kind of liked when he talked about going, what they ate for lunch or Chick-fil-A or if they went to Chili's, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I do love a lazy Susan situation. Have you seen this on TikTok? It is like you can buy as many as you want and it goes in an oval and you put it together or a circle and you put each platter on it and you do this lazy circle going around. I'm like, oh my gosh, I sort of love that. It's not exactly fancy and I kind of like passing a dish around, but I don't know. I'm sort of loving this lazy Susan idea that I've seen on TikTok for sure. I guess so. I mean, he's talking about the candles a lot, just like, he always does the vomits voice when he talks about the salts of Doug's, the sultry.com store. Mary says, does Carney like the option to promote her candles and her performances? I think she really, I mean, Jeff said at one point, I think Carney Wilson and MJ were 2 of his closest friends that he like chats with a lot. And I think Joey Zalzig also. But I feel like she does like promoting that. And I feel like when he's, sorry, I had a hair. When he is promoting that and kind of making fun of it, it is still promotion. Like we're still listening to him talking about, what is it called? Broken top candleco.com I mean, what a weird broken top candle. Yeah, broken top candleco.com, which at least it's a .com. But the thing is, when you look at this website, it doesn't tell you which one. Okay, let's see what the best sellers are. Oops. I don't know. Oh, you can get 20% off by putting your website in. None of them say anything about her. I think hers is the fresh squeezed. See, I don't even know. Soy candle? I don't even know. They've got perfume, body lotion. I don't even know. See, I don't even know what is hers. Bundles, shop by scent. I don't know. There's not even a soy candles. Okay. See, a lot of these I don't even think are hers. And these say from $16, but I think hers are $24. Orange. Okay, this is one of hers. Cranberry orange soy candle. That one says from $16, but none of it says anything about it's $26. Okay. So I don't know what from 16. Oh, there's a 4-ounce candle that's 16. God, that's tiny. Anyways, I'm sure she does like it, but I don't know. And everyone says that when they come on the show, a lot of chumps show up for their shows. So they know Joey Zalzig is being yelled at. A lot more people are going to Jamie Kennedy's shows, also Justin Martindale's shows. They're listening. I mean, clearly Ryan Bailey is going crazy. Robin says, "Where can I watch Justin and John's podcast?" So John, I don't think, I hope I'm not wrong. I think does John have his own podcast? I think he just does the radio show with Andy Cohen Live. I think it's Justin's, which is Just Saying with Justin Martindale. I'm assuming it's on YouTube, but we can check real quick too. YouTube. I know he puts up clips, but the shorter ones, I personally like watching a whole podcast. So let's see. Oh, it's okay. It's on YouTube, but it says The Comedy Store is the name of the podcast. I don't know why it says The Comedy Store. So I think if you look up The Comedy Store, it says Chic AI with John Hill was up, and it's an hour and 22 minutes. Looks like a lot of his pods go like just over an hour 26, hour 13. So that means he puts up the whole thing. But he's been on a couple of times. I think they're probably really good together and really like each other. So they have a really good rapport. Matter of fact, I don't think it'd be terrible if John Hill and them were up on, I don't think they've ever been on, right? John has guests on his own show, but his is John Hill Live on Radio Andy. I don't really think that's up as a podcast, but I guess it could be. Just like Jeff puts up 2 of his shows at Jeff Lewis Has Issues as a podcast for free. So, well, is it even free? Like, what is going on with that? For people that listen, right? Everyone out of the country or out of, I think North America can't legally subscribe to Sirius XM. So Krista says that podcast was hilarious. They need to be on regularly. Yes, John has his show on Tuesdays for an hour called John Hill Live. Used to be called several different things. Now it's finally called John Hill Live. Anyways, on the second hour was Joey Zalzig and Trodrick Hall. I don't know if they were ever real friends. I mean, I don't know. I think when you're shooting a show, I guess now we know of some drama. So remember when Joey first started coming on, he had an assistant. And I think he would even show that assistant on his Instagram, I think. Well, whatever happened, they wanted a raise. He didn't want to get whatever it was, got rid of that assistant. I don't think it went well. Todrick, now we learn, had an assistant, and he filmed, probably with his phone, Todrick saying some not so nice things about Joey Zalzig. And then I guess put that out there. So instead of it ripping them apart, it made them grow closer together because then they had this common enemy of this assistant that was trying to tear them apart. So they've moved past it, they've worked on it, all that kind of stuff. But I just don't know. I think it's like these housewives when you're filming your friends because you're pretty much with each other, 16 hours of the day, several days a week. So they kind of don't have enough time for their quote real friends or family or neighbors that they would normally hang out with. You know what I mean? But Todrick pretty much put him on blast last time and said, look, you haven't called me. You haven't texted me. I know I've been in London, but my phone still works there. Like we were really good friends. Now you're like not answering my stuff. If there's one thing about Joey, at least with me, the DMs, he responds. If I respond to a story or if I, because all that goes to him as a DM. If you say like, oh, looking good, or if you answer an AMA, he responds really quickly, whether it's, a heart or a comment, whatever. So he's definitely on his phone. It's not like he's not. So when Todrick was like, look, I've texted you, I've called you, you haven't answered, you haven't called back, he's like, were we really friends or not? So I agree. is it Newt Fam? I always ask you, and I don't know if you answer, or Nut Fam. I was a bit uncomfortable listening to Jeff picking on Carney. I know it's done with love, but you can force how people feel. You can force how people feel how people feel. I don't know what that means. Force how people feel. Yeah, I agree. I just don't know if it's I don't know. I think they're okay. And even if they weren't, I think Jeff gets a lot of passes because people want so badly to be in his inner circle. So I think she would never really get mad at him. You kind of got to realize what balls kind of not MJ, Megan and Jenny Pullos have had to kind of pull away from him and realize that shit ain't worth it. You know what I mean? Topper said it's spitting snow here in central Kentucky. I'm helping to decorate a 5-floor historic building here in town for Christmas. It's cold. Oh my gosh, I love that. Topper, will you send me a picture when it's done? I'll repost it if you want me to. That sounds beautiful. I love decorations. If y'all have, you know what? Okay, I won't mention everyone, but some of y'all have sent me decorations of your house. Let me know if you want me to post it. I love pretty deck. My house ain't worth posting. My shit doesn't look that great, but you know what I mean? Yes, I love it. Ozark Sherry says, hi, y'all, from cold South Florida down to 63 degrees. I'm walking, enjoying Sarah. 5-mile walk every day. That's awesome. I wish I would do a 5-mile walk every day. I think I used to with an hour, but I don't think we did 5 miles. I think it was more like 3.5. Anyways. So Joey updates us on the Hickey guy. They were kind of on and off. They broke up. He's sad about it. He calls him an ex. So I don't know if it's Jeff that, yes, I will, Michael. Thank you. I don't know if it's Jeff that, not Jeff, that Joey that moves too fast, but you know, he also sounds like he doesn't really want to mention the guy. So I think, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if Joey, you know, is hoping for another comeback or something. I don't know, another date for sure. Oh, Mama Judy says it's not well, that is kind of Jeff's MO though. He says Mama Judy says it's not entertaining to me at all watching Jeff be so dang mean. If he was really being mean, I really think he's teasing. I really do. But I also don't think he knows when it goes too far. You know what I mean? And he always says, 30, you haven't turned on your furnace yet. It's 39 degrees and whoa, man, my furnace would be on at, is a heater and a furnace the same thing, right? Yeah. Heater, furnace, yeah. Anyways, 0 snow. Yeah, y'all don't get any snow, right, Mary? In Central Texas, in Central Florida, do y'all? Yes, mine is one of those thermostats that go on and off based on the temperature. So if it was anywhere near 39, our heater would come right on for sure. I think we're getting a cold front soon. I was trying to decide what to wear this weekend to an event, and I was looking up the weather for it. Did y'all like the spelling bee? The spelling bee with Joey Z, the 8th grade spelling words. I do agree. I gotta get in his defense, as Jameson would say, it is harder to say a word spelling instead of writing it down because then you can kind of see. But haven't you spelt words that are right and that they just look wrong? Like psychology, he just could not, he knew it was a P, right? It starts with the S sound, but he knew it started with a P, but then he wasn't putting the S in there. I think that's the only thing he missed on psychology. A lot of them he got right the second or third time. But Mama Judy says, I could be Jeff's mom based on age. I want to call him and school him on his manners, although I never would. Hey, he likes an honest phone call, so I think he would love it, actually. Oh, that actually sounds nice. Michael says, I love having all the windows open, but the fireplace going. I don't think we've ever done that. I don't think we've ever opened the windows with the fireplace going, but that actually sounds nice. And we've got some, oh, that sounds actually nice. Man, y'all got, okay, y'all need to send me some pictures because y'all got some amazing Homes, Krista says, I love our fireplace going and watching the moon on the water. Wow. Okay, I don't know. Mary E says, is Joey in the friend zone, but wants more with Jeff? I feel like I feel like before Joey announced his breakup, which was around April, May-ish, whenever it was after they went to Cabo, remember, because his husband Brian was meeting them there. I guess I don't think he felt included. I think maybe they were already having issues. I feel like Brian coming in later, he felt like he was kind of left out. He's not one of the inner circle friends, what have you. But they soon broke up after that. But I felt like even before that, Joey was flirting with Jeff for sure. But don't we think it was Joey and Zach Noe Towers who maybe had a little touchy-feely action in the green room before Jeff Lewis Live? Remember, we talked about this? Zach Noe Towers definitely said it was a chump. The day he was talking about it happening, Joey was on. I think he said it was the 9 o'clock hour. So that when they would go on and listen to the 1 hour show before the second hour started, I feel like it was them. And then I feel like on the video, one or two times that I've seen them cross paths, which I don't think I've seen them cross paths in a while now. Like, the transitioning from the first hour to the second hour, but it seemed awkward. I don't know. I feel like it was for sure. Um, yes. Oh, I love that. Oh, Lisa says, I don't wear a winter jacket. I sleep in my Snuggies. Are those like the big sweater things? Like those get hot, but yeah, those are cute. We've all had those for sure. Zach Noe Towers. He's been on within the last 2-ish weeks, I feel like. Yvonne Cal says Zach hasn't been on in a while now. I also feel like he was going on the road for a while, either for his own show. And I follow him on Instagram, so he's always posting different cities. So I feel like he was doing that. I feel like he was even opening again for Fortune Feimster, maybe. So I feel like there's nothing going on. Weren't they talking about scary movies recently? And it was definitely after Halloween. So I think he's been on in a while. But again, a lot of them I would like to come on twice a month, not necessarily 4 times a month, like every week. So I don't know. There's a few of them that I think need to go out and find some new stories, or I don't know, bring something new to the table. I feel like a lot of them talk about the same things all the time. You know what I mean? Um, oh, they have different heavy ones and thin ones, Lisa says about the Snuggies. She has like 6 of them. Yeah, I mean, Zach was one that a lot of people had to grow on before. You know what? We didn't even talk about Salt Lake City, y'all. Did we? No. Geez Louise. Why did I skip over Salt Lake City and I went straight to Jeff Lewis? Did I? Yeah, we definitely didn't talk about Salt Lake City. Okay, we'll get to that in just a second. I am flipping the script today. I just looked at my notes. I'm like, wait, why is my Salt Lake City notes right there? Ah, what a doozy of a show. Like I said, I've got 9 minutes left, but I've pretty much seen it all. What else? He got most of the words right on the spelling bee. They're talking about Wicked. I am seeing it this weekend. A friend of mine rented out a whole movie theater, and she sold it out to all of her friends. So that'll be super fun. I'm not looking forward to 2 hours and 40 minutes of a movie, and this is only part 1. Have they even started filming part 2 yet? I feel like they're on such a marketing spree. I mean, I just decided, oh my gosh, I've got a green dress. I've got to wear that green dress, or maybe I have a green top. Depending on what the weather is Sunday, I'll either wear shorts and a green top or this green dress. For the Wicked thing, like I feel like everywhere I go, there's a Wicked product. Like they are getting some. Ooh, that makes sense. Newt Pham, do you have a feeling that Jeff has been reluctant to talk about his life? Just asking. I don't know. In a way, I'm thinking he is telling us about his dates. He is being a little more private about their life and names and what they do, maybe. I just don't feel like he's found the one. Yeah, I wish he would tell us, like, what they did for lunch or yesterday at this. Um, he is telling us stuff about Monroe. He was telling us about the house drama, the stuff between Aurora, Maria, Lily, Lily was the one that they let go, or maybe she quit, let go, fired, whatever they did. I don't know. I feel like something's off. I just really can't figure it out. I mean, a lot of you are telling me that y'all aren't uh listening with such enthusiasm anymore. So I don't know. Thank you, Krista. She says green will be gorgeous on you. Uh, what did I miss? Yvonne Gal says, what did y'all think about Joey being upset about Justin's text? I heard him say that, but since there's no 15-second rewind, I couldn't go back and listen. And I think the TV was on in the other room, or my dog started barking at the recycle guy, whatever it was, I couldn't hear it. I completely missed that. Somebody fill me in on what that was. Whatever it was, I don't feel like they talked about it long. I do feel like there's something between Joey and Justin. I feel like Justin's made a few teeny tiny comments. You know what I mean? Jeff, I don't know. Should he keep the sex life or bring it up? Michael says Jeff needs to sell his new show, so he needs to keep his sex life at a minimum. I mean, or a maximum. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, they have done 1 and 2 already. So when is part 2 coming out? Yeah. Yeah, let me know, Yvonne Gal, what that was, because I completely missed it. He did talk about the drinks with the guy in October, last October, or in New York City. I like the caller. I feel like he was still with Chef Stu. Wasn't last October when or was it the first year they were together? What were they dressed up as last October? Was that the army guy? Was that when he wore the green? Because he was definitely with Chef Stu then, or am I getting it all mixed up? Mary's effort. Oh yes. Well, we're going to talk about Salt Lake City. Oh, that's what makes sense. Okay. Wow. Because Joey was upset about that. And I thought maybe because it jump off a bridge meant like the S word, suicide, ending your life. Yvonne Gal reminded me, or let me know, because I missed this. Justin texted during the spelling with Joey and said he wanted to jump off a bridge. And Joey definitely didn't like that. Yeah, Justin doesn't like Joey. Michael Riley says, believe. Ooh, got some tea there, Michael Riley. I don't know. Y'all remind me. I feel like Jeff and Stu broke up after Halloween last year, but I don't know. Knowing he can go and have drinks with people like hours. I mean, literally, don't forget, he and Scott broke up on a Saturday after 2.5 years. And I think it was a Sunday, they said now. The next day, he and Jeff and Stu went to the bar. They go High Tops. And then I think that Tuesday, which was Valentine's Day, they went out on their very first date. So, ooh, Justin is newly engaged. Yes, I love his fiance, Evan. Love him. Joey and Todrick both want kids. They were talking about having kids. I don't know. Tonight, I mean, is OC reunion part 3. I am looking forward to it. Andy Cohen very much teased it. He said, la, 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 if you don't want to hear, he thinks it's the first time they've ever picked up cameras after the reunion and recorded some stuff. So I can't think of which one that would have been, other than maybe Vanderpump Rules, but I really can't remember. Okay, let's talk Salt Lake City, season 5, episode 10. It was called Kiss Kiss Bangs Bangs. and the bangs were weird. Very, Michael, they are begging you. Michael Riley says, I just feel like Joey was looking to get with Jeff, a bit of a gold digger, actually, a real gold digger. Well, make no bones about it. I do think his ex Brian has money and came from money. I don't think that was a gold digger after 6 or 8 years that they dated, but um, you know, I mean, certainly never hurts, right? Can't imagine it would hurt. I don't know. I definitely didn't marry for money. Salt Lake City, the very weird intro. Like, why are they doing this? I literally, my face was like this, like, and then it like started the show like normal. It was so dumb. Didn't love it at all. Totally promote Mary's party. Yes, we get it. It's a theme. I'm finally happy that Mary stepped up and finally hosted something. I think it's the first time. I do feel bad though that she said that she's really going through it with her son, Robert Jr. And I don't know that that would be how I dealt with something so emotional, but for her to want to host and put down red carpets and all this nonsense when her son lives with her and his wife lives with them. So what did they do? Say you got to go out for the whole day? I mean, this 1 or 2 hour dinner was probably started at the night before with all the decor, the red carpets, the umbrellas, the umbrellas, the guys out front. They had people walking. It seemed like they had a guy with like an iPad that was like checking. I'm like, it's like 7 or 8 girls. It's not a ton of people. It's not a party of, 400 or anything. It was kind of weird. Um, you think her house is a dump? I think she did a complete redo of it. I think it looks a lot better than it did. You know what I mean? Oh, I love it. Labyrinth. Labyrinth or elaborate? What does labyrinth mean? Elaborate. Okay. Michael Riley says my table set right now is more elaborate than Mary's table could ever be. And she, I'm sure, paid someone to do that. You know what I mean? Um, oh, I love that. Ozark Sherry says you might like this tidbit. I'm now walking by the guy from Yellowstone's house. I've never watched that series. The actor bikes a lot here with his wife and daughter. I don't know Yellowstone either, but I know it's huge. So for sure. Okay. Yeah, I mean the blue flowers of it all. Okay, so it starts off with Todd and Bronwyn, the lecture of it all on camera. If he's basically telling her he's disappointed in her and shocked at her behavior and basically needs to get away from these girls, which I'm assuming he means quit the show, because these were not his friends before, even though she is claiming that she and Lisa have had like a 15-year friendship. If Todd and John Barlow don't know each other that well, I mean, I guess, let me think. Okay, I guess I do have friends for 15 years, because that's really not even all of my mom years. I definitely have friends that I've made in 15 years that my husband and that woman's husband may not know each other very well. It might be like mom nights out type of stuff. But it just seems like they don't know anything about these people. I definitely don't feel like she was friends with all these other people. Bronwyn came in as Lisa's friend, and now they're all, clearly not very friends. So I just don't feel like they're on the same page. I don't know what she thought Housewives was going to be like, but I think she is killing it. She is definitely coming in strong. She's weird. She's got one-liners about it's my goddamn credit card. She's got the expensive clothes, the expensive, jets. I don't know what Todd thought he was getting into and why she's even showing him, except for showing that he's kind of an ass. I did hear on Andy Cohen Live this morning, he asked Lisa Barlow about it, their dynamic, and she said, look, I know they love each other, but I think they're actually both mean, equally as mean to each other, I think is what she said, something about that. Yeah. Back to the iPad. Oh, okay. It was too much. Bronwyn looked just like Audrey Hepburn. She really did, Sarah. She really did nail it for sure. Meredith, not so much, but I get what she was doing. There is a picture of Audrey Hepburn that has the crooked, jagged, whatever whatever, but Bronwyn's eyes, her face shape, her daintiness. I mean, she really did nail it. Not too sure about the little ponytail thing she had, but I feel like it was a bun. Um, okay. Hannah says Todd's not an ass. If someone acted like that in my home, I'd be pissed. I agree. But this is the housewives. None of this is normal. If anyone comes to my house, I don't have a tablescape like that. I don't have a theme for people to dress up. I don't have a red carpet down. I don't have cameras up, microphones on. I don't have someone escorting someone from, 10 feet from the front door into the dining room. Like, give me a break. So none of this is normal. I feel like she's putting on a show. I feel like she's probably never in her life hosted a weekend with a private jet and a $20,000 home, a rental. I mean, I want to see that these people are aspirational, but I want to see that they do normal stuff that they would normally do. You know what I mean? Michael Riley's on Todd's side too. I don't know. Mary Kate says, I like Todd. Wow. I do want to watch that. Louise reminded me that Bronwyn is on Nick Vile's podcast. It's a great interview, which makes me think, because that's in real time, she already knows for all these months when they were filming and all the months since. Now we're on episode 10. So we're into it for a while. We already know how Todd is. We already know how he feels. She is not backing down. She's instead going on podcasts. So I don't know if she's down in Miami right now for Fan Fest, but she is all in, I feel like. So if they divorced and she moved on, her daughter's 17, she'll graduate high school eventually, very soon. Like, I feel like she's one foot out the door, and they don't have a prenup. So the scene with Angie and her dad was very sweet, but I feel like they've kind of done this over and over again. Like we know the mom was an alcoholic. We know they have 7 kids. We know the dad raised them as a single parent. Like, it was very sweet, but I feel like they've kind of done that a few times. So I wasn't really sure why they did that. Mary's breakfast at Tiffany's brunch. Brittany showed up last, wasn't dressed, didn't have her hair any kind of a theme, but I don't feel like she's all in. Do you feel like she's even going to be there next year? I feel like she and Jared Osmond want to be on Salt Lake City so very badly, including the fact that, well, who else was he messaging with? I feel like he was in a feud with Bravo and Blaze. Is that who it was? Was Jared Osmond I feel like there was something with that. What am I looking at? Shoot, I don't even know what I was about to look at. Something. He's our only kid. Wait, what? Our only kid. He's bringing us stress. Oh. Mama Judy says, shouldn't have had a ponytail, needed a French twist or something. Yeah, I feel like something like that. Oh, I love that. Topper says the TV station where I worked in Boston was no smoking except for Audrey Hepburn. So I sat with her in the green room and had one with her. Relax. It was the early 90s. Please don't at me. Oh my God, I love that so much. I mean, I've only smoked one puff of a cigarette in my life, but if Audrey Hepburn was sitting there with me, I don't know. She's not really my thing, but okay, let me move that to Countess Luann, you know what I mean? I'd look so dumb smoking a cigarette because I wouldn't know how to do it. You know what I mean? Oh, I haven't seen it yet. Oh, I can't wait. Like I said, I've got 9 minutes left of the show. Sarah Hicks says, what was the Behind the Velvet Rope reference at the end of Salt Lake City? I don't know, but David Yontef gets a lot of celebs on and Bravo celebrities, so I don't really know. The fact that Jared Osmond was, DMing Mary Cosby, talking about, I'm like, what? Y'all aren't even the same religion. What are you talking about? You feel so connected to her. You don't even know her. You're not on the show. Get off. Get the hell off. Angie telling Brittany, why are you playing up the whole so mad at me for bringing a bottle of wine. And now Angie is so Greek. Okay. So now they're Greek Orthodox, but she says they grew up Mormon, right? So I'm kind of all these people, I'm kind of like, well, when did y'all switch over? This is the most mixed up, like people that have converted religions of any Bravo show that I can think of. But anyways, Angie tells her though, dude, you're doing 3 guys and drinking. So why do you care that I brought you a bottle of wine in front of your church friends? Like basically they outed her. So definitely know uh, that there is no world as a church attending Mormon where drinking champagne, drinking alcohol once, twice a year, even it makes it not acceptable at all. Oh, Bronwyn does not. Okay, Louise says Bronwyn makes it clear on Nick Vial's podcast she does not like Brittany. Interesting. Interesting. Well, and that all started with Brittany, telling her she was wearing a costume instead, which, give me a break. Oh, Michael Riley says he's known Marie Osmond for 29 years. So kind and very generous. I love her so much. Also, nothing to do with anything. Andy Cohen is reading the new Cher book and he's kind of updating us daily on how it's going. So I kind of want to hear about that. Heather kind of nailed it with Todd. Look, all I know about him is that he has no prenup with you. He collects Starbucks mugs, which everyone was kind of like, and he's an asshole. And I was like, y'all disagree with me. Y'all are on Todd's side. I am not. I guess in real life, if he really does love and respect his wife, Bronwyn, of 10 years, which I believe he does, I feel like he is a civilized businessman and husband and human being. And he's like, why the hell are you fighting and yelling and screaming? But then again, I'm like, well, that's kind of what Housewives is. So they need to figure out where they're going. I feel like they're 2 forks in a road. Like she's willing to play the game of the Housewives. And he's basically saying, I don't even recognize you. I don't even know who you are doing all this. And I feel like if she's choosing this path for the fame and publicity and money, whatever that comes with it, I don't feel like he's going to be okay with it for too long. Like, I feel like the time away, he's probably used to her being at home. He's used to her picking him up at the airport 3 and 4 times a week in the puffy costumes like a weirdo. I don't know. Oh, you would shop for her? Louise thinks he's protective. I think he's protective, but I think he's just going, this isn't you. Like if I started doing hair and makeup and glam 7 days a week, Brian would be like, he wouldn't be mad at me. That's not even a good example. You know what I'm saying? But if somebody changed so drastically for the negative, I don't think hair and glam is negative. I mean, if I did something so different, Brian would be like, what are you doing? Like, why is this important to you? Okay, say I started spending $1,000 a day on hair and makeup, okay, $7,000 a week that I don't have anyways. Brian would be like, why are you doing this? Why is this so important? Like, I don't understand. I don't recognize you because usually you look like a slob, no hair and makeup and, gym rat clothes, right? But I feel like that's what Bronwyn and Todd are going through, is that she's all of a sudden, becoming this housewife of Bravo. And I don't think he's digging it at all, for sure. It does sound like he was a real jerk. Sonny sounds like he was a real jerk in the book. Why did I write down Heather's birthday? Why don't we know Heather's real birthday? So weird. Like she's mad that people want to know her real birthday. She's like, I've lied to every single one. First of all, the only reason new friends of mine would ask me my birthday is so we could plan a birthday gathering. That's the only reason new friends ask my birthday. All my old friends know my birthday. Why would that even come up with them? It's not like the housewives do a lot of birthday things. You know what I mean? I think so too. Appa Creva says Todd didn't watch the show probably and is confused about her changing her personality, fighting with her friends. I agree. Like, even if my husband doesn't watch The Housewives, I have watched them from day one. I don't know if Bronwyn is a TV watcher, if she was into that or not, but my husband knows what the theme of Housewives is, obviously. But if I started acting like that with my friends, like, he would be like, what the hell? You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know if they're going to last. Um, Ooh, Louise says Heather showed again that she's a liar. Wow. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Cher is going to be on live with Kelly and Mark tomorrow. Oh, she's really promoting this book, which is great. I mean, I love that she's living her best life. Anyways, okay, well, we are going to wrap it up. I will see you tomorrow, same place, same time, 4 o'clock Eastern. Please make sure, even if you don't listen as a podcast, will you go find it anywhere you listen? Apple, Spotify, Amazon, whatever all the other ones are. Sarah from Texas, and go scroll down and then hit the 5 stars and give it a 5-star rating and review. I'd really appreciate it. See you tomorrow, Chumpettes. Bye-bye.